Easy, guys. I put my pants on, just like the rest of you, one leg at a time. Except, once my pants are on, I make gold records.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? All 50 to 100 people that watch my videos. Thanks for tuning in again. Today I'm going to do a thread that I've seen people do. I think the first person I saw do this was Mazzy. I saw John the Digital Gramophone do it. And a few other people have done it as well. And it's basically the best or greatest or whatever albums that have come out in the 21st century. Some lists have been rather large, like 40, some have been 25. So they varied. When I first saw this, I thought, oh man, there's no way I can do that, because most of the music I listen to is, old classic rock and country and stuff like that. But as I was looking at my collection, it got a little bit easier. So I only chose 10, and this list is by no means what I think the best albums are in order. The order that I did this in was just by list of when they came out. I could have picked more than 10, but I just stuck with these 10. And I don't think any album, like I said, it's not in order of what I think's best. It's just the order of release. So we're starting from closest to 2000 on to now. And again, I've only picked 10. I could have done more, but I wanted to stick to 10 to keep it a shorter video, because some of those videos have been kind of long, and I tend to go on for a while, so to try to keep it short. So here we go. I also have some notes, so if you see me look down or whatever, that's what I'm doing. Anyway, so first things first, I'm starting with 2002's Norah Jones, Come Sail Away. Or I'm sorry, Come Away With Me, not Come Sail Away, this isn't Styx. But yeah, Norah Jones, Come Away With Me. This album, of course, huge. In 2002, it swept the Grammys for Best Album, Record of the Year, Song of the Year, Best New Artist, etc., etc. Multi-times platinum. Went on to sell, I think, 27 million. Shoot, I got the list here. Hold on. I'll tell you. 27 million copies sold of this. And, for post 2000s, that's pretty remarkable. Just because that doesn't happen nowadays. With digital downloads and streaming and all that stuff, you just don't hear it. But, 27 million copies sold. Highest selling debut album by a solo artist. So pretty good, you gotta admit. I'm not the biggest jazz fan. I mean, this is a jazz record. It came out on Blue Note, but it's a contemporary album as well. I mean, Norah, obviously, she's still out today. I mean, she was very young when this album came out. I want to say she was like 23, maybe 22. Great voice still today. Very unique. Just a great album. Her follow-up was really good too, but this one by far sticks out. So yeah, you can't, in my opinion, have a list like this and not have this be in it. So yeah, definitely had to add this to the list. Just remarkable album, and still great today, 23 years later. Yeah, still great. So yeah, Come Away With Me, Norah Jones. The next one on my list, what do I have? I don't even know, because it's in order. Yes. I love this album. The Darkness, Permission to Land. This is their debut album as well. It came out in 2003. So this is the 20th anniversary edition that came out. I picked this up. If you don't know The Darkness, Justin Hawkins actually has a YouTube channel as well. Justin Hawkins Rides Again. Heavily influenced by 70s Brit rock. Queen is his favorite band. He's a great guitar player, but a great vocalist as well. Don't take these guys seriously. You shouldn't. The big hit off of this was I Believe in a Thing Called Love. This is blocking some of the the cover because, well, it needs to. But this is just a fun album. Every song on here is fun, just top to bottom. This is definitely their best album, but they do have other good albums. Pinewood Derby is a good one. They just released a new album this year as well. It's escaping me now, but it's pretty good as well. But this is just, great, straightforward, in your face rock. And like I said, don't take the song seriously, with a little bit of tongue in cheek action as well. This album, I'm trying to think, it debuted again. It's a debut album, went number 1 in the UK, number 36 in the US 200 billboards, which is pretty good considering they never really reached mainstream. A little bit here and there. Like I said, I believe A Thing Called Love was the biggest hit in the US for sure. What helped them was the festivals. Like I said, they're bigger, I would say, overseas than they are in the US, but playing these big festivals probably did them better. But yeah, this album is just fun, just a lot of fun. So if you don't know that one, definitely go check it out. You are missing out. The next one, this one came out in 2005, so it's celebrating its 20th anniversary this year. Matter of fact, just this past Friday, you could pick up the 20th anniversary. But this is In Between Dreams by Jack Johnson, his third album. So I was a huge Jack Johnson fan back in the 2000s. When I first heard Taylor and saw the music video with Ben Stiller from his second album, On and On, I was hooked. And I went back, listened to Brushfire Fairy Tales, great. So I was really excited when this one was coming out. I still remember buying this at Circuit City, no longer around, of course, on CD, and just listened to it over and over again. I still have the CD somewhere. But this, to me, is his best album for sure. It's his third album. Number 2 on the 200 Billboard charts. Number 1 in the UK, two times platinum. Like I said, to me, there's not a bad song on this. When you got Banana Pancakes, I love that song. Probably my favorite song on this album. But just so many great tracks on this, and I just love the whole, laid back, just acoustic, we're gonna hang out and just chill type music, and that's what's on this. Better Together is a great one. Sitting, Waiting, Wishing, Staple It Together is a good one. Crying, Shame, Breakdown, Do You Remember? I mean, just everything on here is great in my opinion. But yeah, love this album. Like I said, it is celebrating its 20th anniversary. I will say, after this, none of his albums after this, I think, reached this potential. He did do the Curious George soundtrack, which wasn't terrible. He did that with his friends, so some good artists on that. Next, we got 2007 Brandi Carlile's The Story. So I was pretty late to coming to know Brandi Carlile as an artist, but this thing right here is definitely my favorite of hers. The song The Story just in itself is definitely her biggest song, and I still remember playing that song for my mom. My mom was a huge fan of singer-songwriter type artists. One of her favorites was Paul Simon and Simon and Garfunkel. And I remember I was like, Mom, you have to hear this song because it's going to blow you away, just the range that the song shows you and this female artist will show you in the song. And I just remember her watching a live version of her doing it, I think on Saturday Night Live, and she was just like, wow, I did not expect that at all. She just was dumbfounded, and she loved it. And like I said, this is her second album, and this is really what kind of took off for her. I know it was nominated. The song "The Story" was nominated for a Grammy, but the song itself has gone on. I believe Dolly Parton did a cover of it. It's been played in television shows and movies, so it's taken on a new life. But this album's also great for stuff like "Turpentine's" a great song. Um, "Josephine's" a great song. Geez, "Wasted's" a great song. I mean, it's just an all-around good album, and like I said, this kind of propelled her into what she would become, which is just a phenomenal songwriter and artist who has gone on to do things like collaborations with Tanya Tucker and now Elton John. You know, they just released an album. So yeah, huge Randy Carlisle fan. I think she can do no wrong. I need them to reissue her first album. That's the only album I don't have. Um, this album also, let's see. Oh, it was produced by T-Bone Burnett as well, so very, very cool. Peaked at number 4 on the Billboard 200 charts as well. So yeah, great stuff. Next we have. Yes, I've spoken a lot about this album and this band, of course. This is 2011 Foo Fighters' "Wasting Light." This album, I think, is their best. I have been a fan of this band since day one, of course. I still remember when this album came out. This is their 7th studio album. I was driving a truck when this album came out. I still remember stopping with the trailer and everything at a Walmart in the middle, I think, of Kansas, to do some shopping for some groceries and stuff, and bought the CD. The CD was really cool because this album was recorded analog, which at the time a lot of people weren't doing a whole lot of. And in the CD jacket, they put a little piece of the analog tape that they recorded in it. That was really cool. I saw them on this tour as well. And I just think everything on here is really great. They also released a documentary to go along with this album, which was really cool because it kind of started at the demise of Nirvana and went through beginning to this point of the band. You know, everything that went on with the band, the good and the bad. But songs like "Walk" was a huge hit. "These Days," "Rope." Oh, Bob Mould is on this record. Chris Novoselic, and it was produced by, of course, Butch Vig, who produced Nevermind. So yeah, just a great record. Also, this thing, let's see, number 1 almost everywhere, and won 3 Grammys. Best rock album, rock performance for "Walk," and best rock song, I believe, for "Walk" as well. "Walk" was also featured in the Thor movie too. So 2011 Foo Fighters, like I said, this brings back many great memories. Love this album to this day. This is my go-to. That and their newest one that came out a couple years ago. So next we have, yeah, that's what I thought. This is John Mayer, "Born and Raised." So this one probably wouldn't be on a lot of people's lists, I don't think. They were going to pick a John Mayer album. This is his 5th album, came out in 2012. I really love this album. He didn't get to tour this album. He had to cancel due to health issues, if I remember correctly. But this album's great because of the fact that it was so different. You know, when John started, he started, doing his music with pop, and then he kind of went into that rock, then blues with like Continuum, John Mayer Trio, and Battle Studies, and then this came out, and he was doing more of a folk Americana thing where he was sounding like Neil Young or Crosby, Stills and Nash type thing. And actually, Crosby and Nash actually guest on one song. They guest on "Born and Raised." But this album was actually got to number 1 on the Billboard US 200 and rock charts. I also love the artwork. Very just kind of old-fashioned, looking like a classic album from the 60s. Like, hey, this is a folk album. And with songs like Queen of California, uh, something like Olivia, Born and Raised, um, Walt Grace's Submarine Test, January 1967, A Face to Call Home, just really awesome stuff. And then his next album would kind of continue that on. Uh, and I think this is also kind of what got him into doing the whole Dead and Company thing too. But I could be wrong on that. But yeah, just this is definitely my favorite John Mayer. Just very laid back, him and the guitar type stuff. Very, very good. Huge John Mayer fan. Just a great I don't think he's underrated anymore, but at one time I think he was a very underrated guitar player. Next we have Chris Stapleton's Traveler. This is his debut album, and to me, I think this is kind of the album that I look to that kind of started to pull country music out of the dump. In the 2000s, late 2000s, the alts, as you hear Steve Carlson call it all the time. Country music to me was just all it was pop country, and there's still a lot of just pop country now. But this album to me showed me that country music still existed, and I was very happy about that. Chris Stapleton was in the Steel Drivers, a bluegrass band, and then he decided to put out this solo thing. The reason he called it Traveler is because he got into a Jeep Wagoneer, and I believe he drove across country, and wrote a bunch of these songs with his wife on background vocals, still today, which I love. And obviously what kind of put this on the map was his cover of Tennessee Whiskey, which he performed with Justin Timberlake at one of the award shows. I don't remember which one. And then it just skyrocketed after that. It was kind of sitting low. But once he did that performance, it went up. And I believe it peaked at number 1. I'm going to double check that. Yeah. No, yeah, number 1 on the U.S. folk and country charts. It sold 7 million copies, which for 2015 is pretty remarkable. It is celebrating its 10th anniversary this year as well. So very cool. A lot of great songs on this. Obviously, Tennessee Whiskey is great. Not written by him, of course. That is a cover. George Jones did do it. Traveler's a great song. Fire Away. I mean, I think every song on here is great. Nobody to Blame. Daddy Doesn't Pray Anymore. Just a sad, beautiful song. Outlaw State of Mind. Sometimes I Cry. Just, you can't go wrong with this album. And like I said, to me, it was kind of the turning point of country music. Of like, okay, there's still a hope for real country music out there. So, very, very, very much love that record. Next one is also celebrating a 10th anniversary, and that is The Struts, Everybody Wants. Also came out in 2015. However, this is the U.S. version. Came out in 2016. In 2015, it was only released in the UK and had a different cover. They are actually on tour right now, celebrating the 10th anniversary and playing this album in its fullest. Now, if you're not familiar with the Struts, I talk about them quite a bit on my channel. I think they are an amazing pop rock band. Just great hooks, great licks, great style. Lead singer Luke Spiller, if you ask me, he is a mixture of Freddie Mercury, David Bowie, and Mick Jagger all into one. They have that sound. And this album, from front to back, is just amazing. So many great hooks. Could Have Been Me, Kiss This, Put Your Money on Me. I mean, the whole album's great. If you're not familiar with this record, you need to go check out this band. The second album wasn't as good. The third album, definitely a lot better. They got a lot of guests to help them do it. And then their fourth album that just came out 3 years ago was pretty good. They actually just released a song for Record Store Day, Bad Company's freaking A, what is it? I can't believe I'm forgetting. But the Bad Company tribute album that's coming out this year, they were featured as the main, the first single off of it was by these guys. Love this album. This is one of my favorite. Honestly, if I had to pick a favorite, probably in the last 25 years, this would probably be it. Um, but yeah, when I discovered these guys, it was just like my mind exploded, and I was like, okay, thank you guys for coming around to save music today, because there's not a lot of great bands out there that are still doing it. These guys, newer band, putting on great shows. They went on tour with the Foo Fighters, actually opened up for them. They did shows with the Stones and like a bunch of other great artists. I can't remember them all, but just, oh my gosh, so happy that these guys came along and are showing what new contemporary rock artists can do. So yeah. Next we have Back to Country, Midland. I discovered these guys, believe it or not, by hearing one of their songs on The Voice, which I don't really watch very often, but I just caught it on YouTube one time. Young kid who was 16 years old singing Drinking Problem. And I heard Blake Shelton say that's a Midland song. And the song was just so catchy that I had to go look up the actual artist. And then I saw it and I was like, wow, that song is a new song. It sounds like it should have been written back in the 80s or the 70s. So then I looked at the band and I found this, and just look at these guys. These guys, I'm like, these guys are new? This isn't what you expect to see. And I streamed this album and went, oh my gosh, I got to buy this album. And so I bought the CD, because this was back in 2017, 18. Bought the CD, and it finally got the vinyl as well. And these are another one of those bands that I'm like, okay, country music has hope. This is a great album front to back, with songs like Lonely for You Only, Drinking Problem, Burnout, More Than a Fever, Check Cash and Country, Electric Rodeo. I mean, everything on here is just so good. And this, I mean, again, it came out in 2017. Debuted at number 1, and let's see, and I love this, all the songs are written by these 3 guys. Another thing that you don't always see a lot of, and I'm just so impressed by that. So love this album. Their second album was really good too. Third and fourth, not the best, so I'm hoping they can kind of rebound, because and their look too, man. They just got the awesome look. And I was like, man, these guys sound like they're from like the 70s or 80s. It's not something you see all the time. So very, very, very cool. And then, let's see, last album is the Teskey Brothers. This came out in 2019. I discovered these guys. What else is going on? I discovered these guys through my friend Brian Glick. He was like, dude, you gotta check these guys out. He's like, you will love this band. Now, this is their second album. It's called Run Home Slow. These guys are from Australia. They've released 3 studio albums and a couple live albums. And the lead singer sounds like Otis Redding reincarnated. And when I look at them, when you look at them, you would never expect it. Blonde, long-haired guy with a beard. And 2 of the guys, the lead singer and guitar player, and then the lead guitar player, actually are brothers. And like I said, they're from Australia. This was the first album I heard. This album has been out of print. I was able to find a used copy at Lunchbox. I was very excited about that. And then they've just recently reissued this in their first album, so I picked up their first album. I still need their third album, waiting to get it. And then they just did a live album, and they did a cover of Otis Redding's Try a Little Tenderness, and oh my gosh, sounds amazing. But this album, though, so good, from front to back. Rain, or No Rain, I can't remember exactly what it's called. Just that blue-eyed soul that make you just go, oh my gosh, these guys sound like they came from the 60s and just should be on Stax Records or Motown or something, and just blow you away with that voice. And like I said, you're blown away by the fact that not what you expect when you look at it. You don't expect them to sound the way they do, and I love that. So just great, and still getting a little bit of traction in the U.S. These guys are big outside of the U.S. Hopefully they'll get bigger in the U.S. Although they're coming to town in September, so playing at the Fillmore, but the show is sold out, so I'm gonna miss out on that one. But anyway, check these guys out. Just absolutely, I guarantee you, they will blow you away with just how good they are. So, Teskey Brothers, Run Home Slow. Yeah, thank you, Ryan Glick, for that recommendation because it blew me away. So yeah. Anyway, guys, those are my 10 albums from the 21st century that I love and dig. Again, not really in any kind of order of what I think's best or whatever, but just great albums that should not go unnoticed for sure. Anyway, leave me some comments down below. Let me know what you think of the list. Let me know what you think are great albums, and leave me a thumbs up, hit that like and subscribe button, and I will catch you next time. Thanks. Bye.